While you're spending hundreds on tutoring services and struggling through outdated textbooks, OpenAI just dropped the most revolutionary learning tool of 2025, and it's sitting right inside ChatGPT, waiting for you to discover it. We're talking about an AI that doesn't just give you answers, but actually teaches you like the world's most patient, knowledgeable tutor who's available 24/7 and never gets frustrated when you ask the same question 3 times. Welcome back to BitBiasedAI, where we do the research so you don't have to. In this breakdown, I'm going to show you exactly why ChatGPT-5's Study and Learn mode is the most underrated educational revolution happening right now, how it's already helping students ace exams they thought were impossible, and most importantly, the exact step-by-step system I've developed to turn this AI into your personal learning machine. We're talking about technology that can break down the most complex subjects into bite-sized, perfectly paced lessons, quiz you until concepts stick, and adapt to your exact learning style in real time. Part 1. The Learning Revolution. No one's talking about why traditional learning is failing you. Here's the brutal truth about education in 2025. Whether you're in college, preparing for professional certifications, or trying to skill up for a career change, the traditional learning system is fundamentally broken for most of us. You're either sitting in lectures that move too fast or too slow, reading textbooks written by people who forgot what it's like to not understand the material, or paying $200 an hour for tutors who may or may not match your learning style. I've been tracking the AI education space for months, and what OpenAI just released with Study and Learn mode isn't just an incremental improvement. It's a complete reimagining of how learning should work. This isn't about replacing human teachers. It's about giving every single person access to personalized education that adapts to exactly how their brain processes information. What makes study mode actually different? Here's what OpenAI figured out that nobody else has cracked. They didn't just build a smarter search engine or a better homework helper. They built an AI that understands the psychology of learning. While other AI tools dump information on you like a fire hose, Study mode uses something called Socratic questioning to guide you toward understanding. Think about your best teacher or professor, the one who didn't just lecture at you, but asked the right questions at the right time to help you figure things out yourself. That's exactly what study mode does, except it has infinite patience, perfect memory of your progress, and can adjust its teaching style based on how you respond to different explanations. But here's where it gets really powerful. Study mode doesn't just teach you facts. It teaches you how to think about problems. It breaks down complex topics into digestible chunks, checks your understanding at each step, and won't move forward until it's confident you've actually grasped the concept, not just memorized it. The personal tutor that shouldn't be possible. When I first started testing study mode, I honestly couldn't believe what I was experiencing. I asked it to help me understand quantum physics, a subject that has intimidated me for years. Instead of throwing equations at me or launching into a textbook explanation, it started by asking me what I already knew about basic physics concepts. Then it did something remarkable. It created a personalized learning path just for me. It identified the gaps in my knowledge, designed exercises to fill those gaps, and even generated analogies that matched how I specifically learn best. After our first session, I understood more about quantum mechanics than I had from months of trying to learn it on my own. The system is built on OpenAI's most advanced GPT-5 model, which means it has access to virtually all human knowledge. But more importantly, it knows how to package that knowledge in exactly the right way for your brain. Real results that are actually insane. The early results from students using study mode are genuinely mind-blowing. OpenAI's internal testing showed students retaining information 40% better compared to traditional study methods. But the real-world stories are what convinced me this is a genuine breakthrough. I've spoken with college students who went from failing calculus to acing their finals after just 2 weeks of study mode sessions. Graduate students who were struggling with statistical analysis suddenly finding themselves confidently handling complex research projects. Even professionals preparing for industry certifications report dramatically improved pass rates. One student told me study mode helped her understand organic chemistry concepts in 3 focused sessions that her $300 per hour tutor couldn't explain in a month of meetings. Another described how it broke down legal case analysis in a way that finally made law school click for him. If this deep dive into AI-powered learning is opening your eyes to what's possible, smash that subscribe button. We cover every major AI breakthrough that's actually changing how people work, learn, and create, not just the hype that fills your LinkedIn feed. Part 2. Features that make traditional tutoring look prehistoric. The Socratic teaching method on steroids. Here's what makes study mode genuinely revolutionary. It doesn't just answer your questions, it asks better questions than you knew to ask. The system is programmed with advanced pedagogical techniques that professional educators spend years learning to master. When you ask about a concept, instead of immediately explaining it, study mode will often respond with something like, "Before we dive into photosynthesis, what do you think plants need to survive?" It's building your understanding from the ground up, making sure each new concept connects properly to what you already know. I tested this with complex topics across different fields, from machine learning algorithms, to historical analysis, to financial modeling. Every single time, study mode created these beautiful learning scaffolds that made even the most intimidating subjects feel approachable and logical. Adaptive difficulty that reads your brain. The adaptive intelligence is where study mode really shows its sophistication. Within just a few interactions, it starts to understand not just what you know, but how you learn. If you're struggling with a concept, it automatically simplifies explanations, provides more examples, or approaches the topic from a completely different angle. But if you're grasping concepts quickly, it dynamically increases the challenge level. I watched it take a friend who's naturally gifted at math from basic calculus review to advanced differential equations in a single session, constantly calibrating the difficulty to keep him in what educators call the zone of proximal development. That sweet spot where you're challenged but not overwhelmed. The system even learns your preferred learning modalities. If you respond better to visual explanations, it starts incorporating more diagrams and spatial analogies. If you're an auditory learner, it focuses on verbal explanations and suggests you use the voice features for verbal back-and-forth discussions. Interactive knowledge checks that actually work. Traditional studying often fails because you think you understand something when you really don't. Study mode solves this with sophisticated knowledge checks that go way beyond simple multiple-choice questions. It generates custom quiz questions based on exactly what you've been learning, but more importantly, it creates scenario-based questions that test whether you can actually apply the knowledge. Instead of asking, "What is photosynthesis?" Zrenia, it might ask, "A plant in your garden is yellowing despite regular watering. Based on what we've learned about photosynthesis, what are 3 possible causes, and how would you test for each one?" The feedback system is incredible too. When you get something wrong, it doesn't just tell you the right answer. It walks you through why you might have made that mistake and helps you develop better thinking patterns for similar problems in the future. Real-time research and current information. Unlike static textbooks or even human tutors who might not be up to date on the latest developments, study mode can incorporate current research and real-world examples into your learning in real time. If you're studying climate science, it can pull in the latest research papers. If you're learning about economics, it can reference current market conditions and recent policy changes. This isn't just convenient. It makes learning more relevant and engaging. When you're studying historical patterns, study mode can help you see how those patterns are playing out in current events. When you're learning scientific principles, it can show you how those principles are being applied in cutting-edge research happening right now. Multi-modal learning that matches your style. Study mode seamlessly integrates text, voice, and visual learning. You can have spoken conversations about complex topics, upload images of problems you're struggling with, or even describe concepts you're trying to understand, and have the AI create visual representations to help clarify your thinking. I've used it to analyze charts and graphs for data science concepts, discuss philosophy through voice conversations that felt like talking with a knowledgeable friend, and even upload handwritten physics problems to get step-by-step solutions with detailed explanations of each step. Part 3. The 10-step system that turns ChatGPT into your personal learning machine. Steps 1 to 3. Setting up your learning environment. Here's the exact system I've developed after months of testing study mode with students across different subjects and learning styles. This isn't theory. This is the proven process that's helping people achieve learning breakthroughs they never thought possible. Step 1. Activate study mode. Properly log into ChatGPT with the GPT-5 model, click on Tools, and select Study and Learn mode. But here's the crucial part most people miss. Before you start, clear your mind of any preconceptions about what AI tutoring should feel like. Study mode works best when you treat it like a conversation with a patient, brilliant teacher, not like a Google search. Step 2. Set your learning goal with precision. Don't just say, I want to learn calculus. Instead, be specific. I want to understand derivatives well enough to solve optimization problems in my economics class and feel confident explaining the concept to someone else. The more specific you are, the more personalized your learning path becomes. Step 3. Upload your materials strategically. If you have textbook chapters, lecture notes, or practice problems, upload them, but do it strategically. Don't dump everything at once. Start with one key resource and let study mode analyze it before adding more. This helps it understand the specific context and style of your course or certification program. Steps 4 to 6. Building your foundation. Step 4. Request a diagnostic and learning plan. Ask study mode to assess what you already know and create a structured learning plan. The magic prompt I use: please ask me questions to understand my current knowledge level with topic. Then create a step-by-step learning plan that builds from my current understanding to mastery of specific goal. Study mode will typically respond with thoughtful questions about your background, then create a multi-phase learning roadmap that might look something like: Phase 1. Core concepts. Understanding variables and functions. Phase 2. Application. Working with real derivatives. Phase 3. Mastery. Solving complex optimization problems. Step 5. Work through each lesson interactively. This is where the magic happens. Don't just read the explanations. Engage with them. Ask follow-up questions. Request alternative explanations if something isn't clicking. And most importantly, try to explain concepts back to study mode in your own words. It will gently correct misunderstandings and help refine your thinking. Step 6. Master the art of the knowledge check. After each section, use this exact phrase: please create 3 questions that test whether I truly understand what we just covered, ranging from basic application to more complex problem solving. This isn't just review. It's active learning that builds neural pathways and identifies gaps before they become bigger problems. Steps 7 to 10. Mastery and beyond. Step 7. Use feedback to adjust your approach. Study mode's adaptability is its superpower, but you need to guide it. If explanations are too complex, say so. If you need more examples, ask for them. If you want to go deeper into a particular aspect, let it know. The AI gets better at teaching you the more you communicate about your learning preferences. Step 8. Connect to real-world applications. Ask study mode to show you how concepts apply to real situations. How would I use this derivative concept in actual economic analysis? Or, can you show me examples of how professionals use this statistical method in their day-to-day work? This makes abstract concepts concrete and memorable. Step 9. Create summary and visual aids. After major learning sessions, ask for comprehensive summaries and visual representations. Please create a visual diagram showing how all the concepts we've learned connect to each other, and give me a 1-page summary I can review before my exam. These become powerful review materials. Step 10. Plan your next learning session. End each study session by setting up the next one. Based on what we've covered and how I performed on the knowledge checks, what should we focus on in our next session? This creates continuity and ensures you're always building on solid foundations. Part 4. How it crushes every other learning method. Traditional tutoring, expensive and inconsistent. Let's be honest about what you get with traditional tutoring. You're paying $50 to $200 per hour for someone who may or may not be a good teacher, who definitely doesn't have access to all human knowledge, and who might be having an off day when you need to understand a crucial concept. With study mode, you get consistent, high-quality instruction that's available whenever you need it. No scheduling conflicts, no personality clashes, no wondering if your tutor actually understands the latest developments in your field. And instead of paying thousands of dollars over a semester, you're getting world-class instruction for the cost of a ChatGPT subscription. Online courses, one size fits none. Online platforms like Coursera and Khan Academy provide good content, but they're fundamentally limited by their one-size-fits-all approach. If you don't understand something, you're stuck rewatching the same explanation that didn't work the first time. Study Mode creates a completely personalized curriculum, just for you. If visual metaphors don't click, it switches to logical frameworks. If you need more practice problems, it generates them on the spot. If you want to explore a tangent that interests you, it can dive deeper without losing track of your main learning objectives. Study groups and classroom learning, held back by the slowest traditional classroom learning moves at the pace of the average student, which means you're either bored because it's too slow or lost because it's too fast. Study groups have similar issues. You're limited by the knowledge and motivation of other people. With Study Mode, you're never waiting for others to catch up, and you're never struggling to keep pace with concepts you're not ready for. It's infinitely patient with your questions and infinitely challenging when you're ready to push forward. The ROI, that's actually ridiculous. When I calculated the value proposition, the numbers were almost unbelievable. A single ChatGPT-5 subscription costs $20 per month. Traditional tutoring in major U.S. cities averages $75 to $150 per hour. Most students need at least 2 to 3 hours of tutoring per week during challenging courses. That means Study Mode delivers the same value as $600 to $1,800 per month in traditional tutoring for $20. But it's not just the same value. It's better value because of the personalization, availability, and breadth of knowledge. Part 5. Real success stories and what's coming next. Students getting results they never expected. The success stories I'm hearing are genuinely inspiring. Sarah, a nursing student, used Study Mode to master pharmacology, a subject with a notoriously high failure rate. Instead of memorizing drug interactions, Study Mode helped her understand the underlying biochemical principles, making the interactions logical rather than arbitrary. Mark, a career changer learning data science, described how Study Mode took him from barely understanding statistics to confidently building machine learning models in just 6 weeks. The AI didn't just teach him the formulas, it helped him develop intuitive understanding of when and why different statistical approaches work. Lisa, preparing for the CPA exam while working full-time, said Study Mode was like having a patient expert available at 11 p.m. when she could finally focus on studying. It adapted to her schedule, her energy levels, and her specific weak areas. The broader learning revolution. What we're seeing with Study Mode is just the beginning of a fundamental shift in education. For the first time in human history, world-class personalized instruction is accessible to anyone with an internet connection. This isn't just about individual success stories. It's about democratizing education in a way that could reshape entire industries. Think about the implications. Students in rural areas getting the same quality instruction as those in elite universities. Working professionals being able to rapidly reskill without taking years off work. People who've struggled with traditional learning methods finally having access to approaches that work for their specific cognitive style. What's coming next? OpenAI is already working on enhanced features that will make Study Mode even more powerful. They're exploring goal setting and progress tracking features that will help you maintain long-term learning objectives. Visual learning enhancements are in development that will make complex concepts even more accessible through interactive diagrams and simulations. The integration with other productivity tools is expanding too. Soon you'll be able to seamlessly move between studying concepts in Study Mode and applying them in practice through integrated coding environments, design tools, and collaborative platforms. Conclusion. Your learning journey starts now. ChatGPT-5's Study and Learn mode isn't just another AI tool. It's the personalized tutor that every student deserves but most never get access to. It's patient when you're struggling, challenging when you're ready to grow, and available whenever you need to learn something new. The 10-step system I've outlined isn't just theory. It's the proven approach that's helping students, professionals, and lifelong learners achieve educational breakthroughs they never thought possible. Whether you're tackling organic chemistry, mastering Python programming, preparing for professional certifications, or just curious about quantum physics, Study Mode can create a learning experience that's perfectly tailored to how your brain works. The most remarkable thing isn't any single feature. It's how Study Mode combines the best aspects of human teaching with the limitless knowledge and infinite patience that only AI can provide. You get Socratic questioning that builds deep understanding, adaptive difficulty that keeps you in the optimal learning zone, and real-time feedback that accelerates your progress. For $20 a month, you get access to what might be the most advanced educational technology ever created, while others are spending hundreds or thousands on tutoring and courses that may or may not match their learning style. You can have a world-class AI tutor that adapts to exactly how you learn best. What subject have you been putting off learning because it seemed too difficult or intimidating? Have you tried study mode yet? And if so, what surprised you most about the experience? Let me know in the comments. And if you want to stay ahead of AI developments that are actually changing how we learn, work, and grow, hit subscribe and the notification bell. Thanks for watching. Now go turn that AI into your personal learning machine and unlock the knowledge you've been waiting to master.